Okay, so I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time. I've mentioned the story many times, but I recently just hit over 100 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. I've actually been making a bunch of small channels for a while, and it didn't really pan out as well as this did. And it's nice to know that cosplay, the thing I'm craziest about, is the thing that's helping this move along. So, with that being said, I'm going to give you guys the 100 subscriber special by telling you the story on how I met Stan Lee. It's going to be a relatively short video, but I figure you guys would be into this story. So I do believe this was about 2014 or something like that when Stan Lee last visited Phoenix during Phoenix Comic-Con at the time. So, with this in mind, me and my brother, we were gonna go see him, but it didn't really pan out. So I was just happened to wander the halls all by my lonesome, and I happened to see him just right out of the corner of my eye. And around that time, I was going through some hardships, as everybody else in the world does. And I ran over to him, and I asked him and, you know, the people who are ushering him if I could just take 5 seconds to just spew what I have to say real quick. I know that he's a busy man, but I just need to say this. I'm not asking to sign anything or pictures. I just want to say it. And they allowed me, and I got to see Stan. And you know, whenever you meet your hero or whenever you see like a celebrity, you kind of like lose your air a little bit, and you have to like remind yourself that you're in reality, quit looking like an idiot. I had that same reaction, and I couldn't help but just like gush. And I was talking to Stan, and I was telling him how important Marvel just was for me. And yeah, DC is also important to me, but like, it's Stan Lee. I might as well talk about the things that he did. So, and that's also not to say that I haven't forgot about the what if Stan Lee wrote DC comics. But Spider-Man specifically is what pushed me along through these hardships. And I told him all about it and how much it just meant to me and how much he meant to me. And I told him specifically about which hardships I was going through and how bummed and sad I was, and the fact that I just wanted a better life. And it's thanks to his comics and his stories that allowed this. And after a second of like just a second or two of just crying, he put his hand on my shoulder, and this is the greatest thing I could possibly think of. He looks at me dead in the eye and says, "I wrote Uncle Ben and I wrote Spider-Man as an example of how to be a better person. Peter's a better person because of what happened with Uncle Ben." And he always said, "With great power there must also come great responsibility. You have a lot of responsibility, so I want to see your power." And then he just turned and walked away. And I'm actually getting kind of touched up thinking about this. And essentially, he wanted me to kind of share my accomplishments with the world. And this 100 subscriber milestone, it may seem extremely small to a lot of other YouTubers, especially to a lot of people in general, like, oh, 100 subscribers, whatever. But you guys have to understand, like, imagine putting 100 people in a room. That's a lot of people. And if every single one of those people are interested in what you have to say and is excited to hear what you have to say, it's extremely, relieving, because that means that's just 100 plus people who care about you and 100 plus people who worry as well, because we live essentially in a world where we kind of just don't care about each other, and that's unfortunate. But thankfully, through cosplay and thankfully YouTube now, I've found a bunch of people who care about each other as much as I care about everybody else. So with that being said, that is my 100 subscriber special story. I know it doesn't seem like much considering the time frame wherever it shows this video, maybe right here. I don't really know how this is gonna go with the recording, but regardless, that is my story. So with that being said, a little bit of an update. I like to update you in every single video that I have. I just celebrated my 6-year anniversary with my girlfriend. So if you guys are interested in hearing our love story and how cosplay kind of pushed it, be sure to sound off in the comments. So with that being said, have yourselves a wonderful rest of the day.